So what's up, y'all? So let's get into the Housewives of Divine Season 2, Episode 5. So we start off with Caroline Sanberry. So she at home. You know, her and her husband, they at home, they done moved in and everything. So, they had a little she had a little, in the family coming. I said her husband's family is coming. It's coming to visit and stuff, and I think they're gonna be staying at the house. Um, but before they get there, you got um, Ayana ended up showing up to visit. Come to visit and check on them and stuff, and they end up showing her around the house. And certain things are not quite done yet, but it's getting there. So they showing her around the house and stuff, and they show the potential nursery. And the nursery is not close to the bedroom. So Ayan said, "So how that's gonna work? It ain't." She ain't. Caroline said, "It's cool." Caroline said, "I'm gonna have a nanny." And her husband Sergio ain't no Sergio. You need Sergio, and that ain't gonna work. The baby gonna have to be with you. She said, "No, the baby not gonna be with me." She went, I'm gonna have a full staff. That's how I raised the rest. That's how I raised the other ones. She went, I raised three of them. I raised them. I ain't got. She said, another child. Nah, they gonna be raised just like that one. Staff included. Ah, bitch. I said, girl. I said, you forget this a rich woman. She come from money. She raised them the same way her parents raised her. But the difference is she's more, I say Caroline's more hands-on, as I have seen her. She's more hands-on, and she just gonna have full staff and a nanny. That's gonna how it's gonna be. That baby ain't gonna be tattooed to her hip. He gonna get that baby. He or she gonna get loved. But with a full staff. So they had a little disagreement. So they go downstairs to sit and chat and eat. And I noticed that Ayan ended up telling, that that Caroline's daughter, she don't want her mom to have a baby at all. She's not for it or anything. It's not something that she's looking forward to. But it's what it is. So after that, we move on to okay, we move on to move on to T Lee. So T Lee is with her husband. They with her husband. They out somewhere, and he saying he want a boy. He want another kid. He want a boy. Cause he wanted the baby to he want the boy to carry on his name and stuff like that. And I'm like, okay, alrighty, whatever. And she tells him that she had a dream that they had a baby. He had blue eyes. I said, okay, girl. I said, baby can. I said, your child can be born with any color eyes. It doesn't matter. Move on. So, they ended up. She ended up telling him about uh, Caroline. Caroline ended up telling him about Caroline Brooks called her. So after that, Queens, after Ayan's dinner, Caroline ended up calling her. Caroline Brooks called her and tell her that some stuff was said about her. And so she ended up, after she got off the phone with Caroline Brooks, she ended up calling, that Caroline said something about her. She ended up calling Caroline Sanberry and asking Caroline Sanberry, did she say whatever was said that Brooke said about her? And she said, no, I didn't. So she ended up calling Lisa, because Lisa ended up telling Caroline Brooks what what went on or whatever. And that was it. So, the husband was like, if this is your friend, if Caroline Brooks is your friend, he wanted you need to just have a talk with her. Have a talk with her and tell her that you don't feel like she feeling like this her telling her this and all that stuff, and it just causing drama is too much. He's saying if that's a problem, then you need to have a talk with her. If that's your friend, you need to actually have a talk with her and just tell her how you feel. And so she taking her man advice and stuff. So we move on from there. We move on to Lisa. So Lisa is actually, doing her business. Her business is expanded into the skincare business, and she expanding all that. And she was doing a photo shoot, and stuff like that. And she still had to go pick up the kids, her kids too. So yeah, she big booking busy and trying to do everything. And I'm like, girl, why you don't got a? I said, I'm like, why she don't got? In my head, I'm like, why she don't got a nanny or two to actually help with her, at least picking up the kids. Because if she had a photo shoot and she trying to go pick up kids from school, it's like you could at least have a nanny that can actually help you a little bit. Would be the best way to try to, I want to say, ease her mind a little bit, but she like doing it all. But moving on from there, we move on to Sarah. So Sarah's with her guy friend and her son. They went out to, I want to say, lunch or dinner. So we ended up finding out that her son and the new guy and her male friend actually had they spent the day together. So they ended up going to get slushies. They had to go to 5 different gas stations just to get these slushies. And then they went to paint, and then they went somewhere else. I forget what else took it. Oh yeah, they went to play basketball. And the son said he had a great time. And the son actually asked like, when you gonna be my stepdad? I said it was cute because I said the son likes. I said, and she like covered her son's mouth and she's like, oh, I am so sorry. I am so sorry. He said, it's okay. It's okay. No problem. No problem. I said, your son actually, he said 2 episodes before that, all men are, they no good. He didn't want you with nobody. But this guy, your son actually likes. And he said the son ended up saying, I can see him being a great dad, He a great dad. He got a 10-pack. He's strong. I said, oh my. I said, yeah. I said, I hope it works out for Sarah. I said, because Sarah seems like she's, like with him, she's happy. Like, I haven't seen her, like, just be really just happy. It's just like something like she happy. Her son seems like he happy with him and the dynamic. So, I hope it works out. So, we move on from there. We move on to, okay, we move on to Caroline Sandberg and her husband end up going to their doctor to find out, about having a baby and stuff. And the doctor tells them that she needs to have a baby by next year. She gotta have a baby by next year. She be 46. She 45 now. I wasn't 45 well, but Sandberry 45. I said, all right. She need to have a baby by next year. He said she need to have a baby by next year, or they had to do a surgery. And Sandberry is kind of like, ugh. Because the producer new answer says, so are you ready to have a baby? She's like, she ain't ready to have no damn child. He want a child. She don't. She don't care. She got her 3. but he wants a child and stuff. But he want to go through the pregnancy. He want her to be pregnant so he can rub on the belly and all that crap. I said, yeah, but if they do the surrogate, she knows it's gonna be because they can't do it there. It's gonna have to be in America, and she's kind of worried that because if they do the surrogate, and 9 months later, she had to come, she ended up with a baby. I said that is kind of crazy, but if that's the route that they have to go, then they have to go. Um, After that, we move on to okay, we move on to so Caroline Sandberg ended up doing a mini desert lunch for the ladies. Um, when she was getting ready to go to the on the desert lunch that day, whatever. The family, her in-laws and brother-in-law, sister-in-law, I want to say mom-in-law, them all came. So yeah, she was like, "Yeah, I'm getting a little away from my husband for a day or so for today." So they ended up going on her trip to the desert where she brought the ladies. She had a bus for the ladies, but that broke down, so they got to get in the van. And we know Ayan is dressed in a full gown when she was told not to wear a gown because they're gonna be in the desert. But Ayan gonna do Ayan. So they ended up in these expensive cars, two to a car. Um, Lisa had an issue with Sam Berry and T. Lee riding together, and I'm like, girl, you two. I said, you two invested in this. It's like I love you, Lisa. I love Lisa, and I love Ayan. I said, them are girls, but Lisa, you are a little bit too invested in T. Lee having a friendship with Caroline S. It says nothing to worry about. Leave it alone. Leave it alone. Just leave it alone. So, they in a, riding to the destination, they all in cars. Sandberry asks T. Lee, how did her how did her sit down go with Carol with Brooks? And she told her, I said, I actually did forget about that, but we're gonna talk about it. Um, so she tell her that the sit down actually didn't go good because they ended up sitting down, and she told her how she felt. She felt like they playing telephone, like she's the she is the manipulator of telephone when it comes to telephone, and it's true that Brooke is. So she didn't feel right that Brooke did what she did, and Brooke said, she told her that Brooke said that you my friend, and I just wanted to let you know what Caroline S said. I may have blown it out of proportion, but she, but Tilly said, like, I told her that I don't like that. I don't want, you can't do that. And she went in it bed. It's like we in World War III now. And I'm like, yeah, that's what it's gonna be, girl. That's what it's gonna be. But they get to their destination to eat and whatever. We end up finding out that half of the ladies are they doing Ramadan. Yeah, they doing Ramadan. They doing their fasting and stuff. So half of them not really eating it or whatever. So during that sit down, they end up having a asking about what's going on and stuff like that. They asked her about the new guy and stuff. She said it's going good. He's here and stuff like that. And then we have a sit down with. We end up switching from that because Ayan asks Caroline Brooks, like, what made her, because she's on this journey where she's calm, cool, and collected, and she's asking her how did she get there, and when she got ready, when before Caroline Brooks could even answer, T. Lee butted in and said, "Well, she couldn't be because me and her just got into it after we met her for lunch." I went, "Oh Lord, here we go." So them two ended up getting back into it again, and at that point, that's when it ended up being a yeah, they ended up getting into it, and Caroline Brooks said that we're not friends. So also we're not friends. I went, ooh. I said, yeah. I said, I think Caroline is having a breakdown. Caroline Brooks having a breakdown from everything that's happened. From the working, the salon opening up for her, and then her son acting a fool. So, yeah, she having a little tiff right now, and I think I think she had a breakdown. So she ain't really feeling them. She ain't really on a lot of stuff. She just doing what she do best, destroying things. But that's all that happened, y'all. Like, subscribe, share all social medias. It's your boy Paul, and I get back with you. I want to say before I go, I want to say there's something I know I missed something, and I want to say I know they had a sit. I know there was a sit down with. I know the girls ended up meeting Sarah's male friend for lunch or dinner, and they did the whole fasting thing and the eating and all. They did that whole. They had a Ramadan dinner. That's what they had. So the girls ended up asking him questions and stuff like that. Ion said, "You is a really good looking man." And we ended up finding out that he was a model. He's a model and stuff. So, oh yeah, I can see. But it went good. I know that part happened, but I don't have it in my notes. So that's why I was like, I know I'm missing something. But that's all that happened, y'all. Like, share, subscribe, and I'll get back at y'all later. Bye, y'all.